All right, so today we're going to talk about why moving or traveling to a different city doesn't really fix dating and why it's still going to suck. And it's not some cringy anti-cultural movement, deep philosophical thing. You got to fix yourself first, bro, or fix yourself first, girl. And no, it's none of that. It's very practical, and it's a continuation of what we talked about in the last video. So to recap, in the last video, we talked about why dating sucks in 2022 outside of simply dating apps and social media. As a matter of fact, the reasoning why dating sucks outside of social media and dating apps is the reason why social media and dating apps are so prevalent and why they're going to continue to go up and up and up in prevalence and use. And that reasoning was just simply cities are made for cars and not made for people. The average city is literally designed around traveling by car, not any other means of transportation, which is going to limit the amount of people you can interact with on a daily basis outside of simply work or maybe the gym if you go to the gym. But if you're an average individual, the most people you're going to see is going to be at work, or if you do anything else outside of work, like go to dance classes, go to the gym. But those are typically the only two places you're going to meet people. Everything else is just simply you using social media and dating apps to get your social needs and dating needs met. And yeah, this whole car dependency is the reason why. So, there's this fixation nowadays on traveling and exploring the world, or moving cities entirely. And which cities do people usually want to move to? They usually move to more populated cities with more people in them. Why? Because there's more opportunity, there's more people, there's your social life. It should technically flourish if you're around more people, but it can very easily flounder because, again, cities aren't made for people, they're made for cars. So let's take this following scenario. You decide to up and move to, let's say, San Diego. But in San Diego's core center, it's very expensive. Even though you would like to rent out an apartment or a condo or even room with somebody, it's very expensive. So you decide to live in La Mesa, which is 20 minutes away from the core city. But now you need a car to drive to La Mesa. La Mesa is not car friendly at all. And then when you finally get to San Diego, you're only spending a few hours there, maybe a day there, in that core center. And then you just move right back to where you were, La Mesa or El Cajon or wherever it might be. So in that scenario, the reason why the center is even so expensive in the first place is because it's a place for people to congregate. But why can't every single city be like that? Why can't every city be a place for people to congregate? I mean, if you live in La Mesa, why is La Mesa designed for cars instead of people? Where San Diego's core center is designed for people, it's designed for walking, it's designed for biking around. But you really don't see that in La Mesa because it's literally designed for cars, just like 99% of every other city. They're all designed for cars. So in this travel scenario, you move to San Diego to hopefully gain different opportunities, to enjoy a better social life, a dating life, but it doesn't work for that very reason. So you end up being more dependent on dating apps and social media. Right? And as we discussed in the last video, social media gives you social proof of other people. So if you're a guy, you probably really don't care about, the woman's social proof. You kind of pick up on her looks and appearance, how is she acting? And then from there, if you're a girl, you really want that guy's social media because that's going to tell you, hey, is this guy fun? Is he outgoing? What's his character like? Because you cannot get that much information based off of a quick interaction that you might have in the gym. Or if you're at work, you can, but any other place you can't. So social media is the go-to, which makes social media more prevalent. Now, in regards to dating apps, in that same scenario, if you're out there and you're walking around San Diego, you might meet an individual that you really vibe with, you click with, but they might live all the way in, let's say, Imperial Beach, or you might live in La Mesa, as we said. So now you're still driving 30 minutes to see each other, compared to if you both just met in your city because maybe you were walking around. So that's why this whole travel obsession, this travel obsession has actually been kind of bolstered by social media because everyone sees the pictures of social influencers or people out traveling or on yachts and everything. They think, oh, that'd be an amazing life, when really that's a very, very small, minute snapshot of what happens. But in comparison, these pictures of going to coffee shops and everything like that, that could be a daily occurrence if you were able to just walk around your city. But whenever you leave most cities, all you do is walk out the house, and all of a sudden you see roads, cars. There's probably more cars on your one street than there are houses. I'm willing to bet that. And that's just a sign of the time. So, just to bring it all together, this obsession with traveling and moving cities, it makes sense. And it shouldn't be a hindrance. It should be something that is accepted. And again, it's not saying, oh, you got to change yourself. Moving cities or moving and traveling, it's not going to solve your problems because the problem is in you. No, the problem's in the city design. You're probably moving cities to bolster your social life, to bolster your job prospects. And you're probably moving to a city that has a lot more people in it because people want to be in that city because it's walkable. There's a nightlife there, there's day life there. But if you're in any other city, you literally are just driving around the entire time, and it looks like all there are houses, apartments, and cars, and that's it, and parking lots. But it really doesn't have to be that way. It's literally just zoning laws and how cities are made. So, no, this isn't you can't travel, you can't move, it's not going to fix your dating life. No, dating is still going to suck, your social life is still going to suck because the cities that we build suck. That's it, but go watch part 1 if you want more insight into why the car dependent cities just kind of screw up dating life and make your social life too, and also just make dating apps and social media more prevalent.